Taylor 3 will get a little bit of a jump at the start. Denver Nelson will not jump.
Welcome to Daytona International Speedway, the Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days Xfinity Series about to get underway. Got about 4 minutes left here in practice. It is the Daytona 75 laps tonight here at Daytona. Got a pretty good field. I think about 15 or so drivers, I believe, 16 maybe. We'll see what happens. Multiple cars here, however. It's going to be a fun one. It's going to be an exciting one. We watched the Canadian Series last night. Hope everybody enjoys tonight's race. It should be fun. As we come into tonight's race, it is Ben Nelson was leading the points lead. Not here, however. Austin Marion second. Eric Borelli third. Jeff Lepker is in fourth. Skylar Allen Sr. is back in fifth. Eric Borelli picked up the win last week at Iowa. That was a fun race. They had 9 cautions. I don't think we'll quite have that many here tonight. As I said, Daytona, a very different track. Go to see speeds up around 200 miles per hour. Most of you probably know, if you're watching any of the actual NASCAR race, that it's going to be a good one. So, I'm going to see multiple teams drafting, multiple cars drafting, should I say, and a bunch of different things happening as well. Pit strategy could be huge for these drivers tonight, as well, trying to get on pit road without having any types of trouble. You just never know. Once again, guys, I think my broadcast worked out. Last night we had the trouble with the technical problem. Don't know. As soon as the race was over for the K&N, which is on our YouTube, by the way, if you haven't seen it, internet completely shut off for about an hour, and then it came back on, so I don't know what was going on with that. But we're here tonight, live. Everything looks like it's working tonight. Overlays look pretty good, by the way. I am probably going to remake some of these tickers. I'm not a big fan of the way it turned out, so we'll see. Alright, got about 2 minutes left in practice here. It's going to be a heck of a race coming in here tonight. I'm going to see if I can try to get someone in here that's not on the track. Let's get Eric Borelli in here, if I can find him, who's not on the track now. Let me see if he's here. I believe he is. Hey, Eric, you got a copy?
Yeah, but
man, we're gonna tonight Daytona, very difficult track. It's very difficult for your spotter, which is why I wanted to pull you in. How different is this place to to work with and around cars? How important is the spotter here?
Oh God, 1 to 10 is probably like 200. Yeah, it's you definitely need, to be competitive and not put yourself in harm's way. You definitely need a real spotter.
How much is it? You've known Tim. I guess y'all knew each other for a while now. How important is it to have that kind of connection? There's not many drivers in here. I don't know if there's any actually right now that has a spotter in here. How important is it to have that type of connection coming into Daytona or Talladega or any plate track?
Oh, it's imperative. I think it's imperative, at least. We rephrase that. We get to bounce information off each other back and forth. We get to kind of set up pit strategy. He crew chiefs, so I can focus on just driving. He's my eyes and ears in the sky, so he's able to tell me what's going on ahead of us, what's going on behind us, and like a track like this, you don't have time to react. So, definitely the extra eyes and ears is definitely a godsend by far.
Yeah, man. Looking back at the previous plate races tonight, should be just as intense as the other ones. So we're gonna be watching, man. Get up there and see if you can get the win. And good luck.
Thanks a lot, Adam. I appreciate it.
Thanks, man. So that was Eric Borelli, driver. Sorry, I was looking around at somebody. Driver of the number 14 car. Could be big. Could pick up a win here tonight. Very good driver. There's a couple guys in here that's a very good plate driver. Jeff Webker could be up there. Seen last night, Dylan Bose finished third. He could be up there. Tyler Cox, I don't think is running this race, but we'll see. So, as qualifying gets underway here at Talladega. Or Daytona, sorry. Daytona. Green flag waves. And qualifying underway. And I'll get everything over, guys, to the cameras. I had to reload my live timing. Here comes Eric Borelli out in the number 14 car. Driving a different type of car tonight. American flag on the side. Smithtown, USA. Happy Independence Day weekend to everybody. Fast signs on the front. We'll see what the number 14 car can do here. We'll go back and forth at a couple of these drivers. Let's see. And James Finn, also out here tonight, driving that number 60 car. Should be taking a high line here in turn 3, and he will. Driving a BMW of Ann Arbor car, you can see that. Just sponsored a Michigan race a couple weeks back. Good to see James and them back in here as well. Skylar Allen, also here tonight. Good to see Skylar back. I know he was facing some personal stuff. Skylar, thinking about you, man, you and your family. I'm sure everything will work out good. Heard a rumor that his grandpa made him come home and race, so cool for him to do that. And especially when that's more important. So, good for Skylar. And good to see him here as well. Aaron Fowler also here tonight. As you can see, his paint just now loaded. Pretty cool looking paint scheme. Lazy Dayz Racing on the front of that. What's a cool looking scheme? I like that. Comes to number 4. Let's hop on board and ride here with Aaron as he starts. Actually, this might be his outlap, so we're not going to stay on board with him too long. First place right now is the Aaron Fowler, so this is his second lap now. Currently back to second as James Finn knocks him off the pole. I mentioned Skylar Allen. Just now starting his second lap. And that number 96 Chick-fil-A car. The normal colors being shown by Skylar tonight. By the way, people up in Canada, happy Canadian Day. I think that's what it's called. There's Dylan Bose driving a Chase Elliott paint scheme, and I hate to tell all the Chase Elliott fans, as I am myself, could be out of the race tonight if nobody's watching it and watching this instead. Could be out of the race after making contact on the backstretch and getting spun, so we'll see what happens there. Aaron Fowler jumps to the pole. James Finn knocks him off the pole. And let's see where Dylan goes. Dylan Bose will jump up to second on the board. Great run for that 19 car. Here comes Kyle Freeman, a very nice looking number 57 car. Currently 12th. Jumps all the way up to the first position here at Daytona. Great run there. Jeff Webker currently on his second lap. Coming to the start-finish line. Currently 12th. Now he will jump up, let's see, to 10th. Skylar Allen. I think he's already actually finished his second lap, I believe. I would not be surprised if this is his second lap. I'm pretty sure it is. Eric Minch heading out in that 00 car. Yeah, that was Skylar Allen's second lap. He is currently 12th right now. Eric Minch putting down his laps. Todd Cray jumps up to the second position. Driver of the number 21 car. Eric right now on his second lap. As guys, I hope y'all don't hear the fireworks in the background. My neighbor, which is kind of impressive, being I live out in the middle of nowhere, but I can hear my neighbors setting off all kinds of fireworks. So hopefully you all don't hear them. But here comes that 00 car of Eric coming through turn 4. Across the start finish line, currently 14th. Moves up one spot there, up to 13th. I believe that actually was his first lap. So that's going to end qualifying as 14 cars qualified. I don't think Tyler or Cody is here. Cody may be here, but I know Tyler's not here. And qualifying comes to an end. And our pole sitter, Kyle Frame, picks it up here tonight. And guys, our grid does not work, so I apologize. But Kyle Frame is your pole sitter here tonight. And we'll try to get an interview with him here in just a second once he hits the grid. You can see the cars about to roll off here on pit road. We got 15 cars making a start here at Daytona. Kyle Frame popping into your screen. We're going to get an interview with the driver of the number 57 car. Hey Kyle, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you with somebody.
Man, you pick up the pole here tonight. What's it going to take for you to keep that car out front?
Starting at the back. No, I wasn't able to make my 20 laps in practice because I showed up a little late, so I've got to roll to the back and just got to make my way up and keep it clean.
What's it going to take? I know this is a hard track to work in traffic and, pick and choose your spots. How tough is it, to work in traffic here? I know from experience from me racing it, but talk us through what's going on in your head whenever you're starting to race up through here.
Well, I mean, really, it's knowing that the wrecks are going to come out. You got to know they're going to come out, regardless of whether you start in the back or the front. So it's just going to be avoiding those for the first, half of the race, and then starting to move up near the back half of the race.
One important thing that I want to ask you, I know you got the pole, but you got to go to the back, like you said, is that first pit stall. How important is that here for Daytona?
Absolutely. That's one of the reasons I wanted to make sure that I was here for qualifying, because that pit stall is the most important thing here.
All right, man. Again, let's see if you can bring that car. By the way, nice paint scheme, and we'll be watching you. So good luck, and we'll be watching.
Awesome. Thanks, guys.
Man. That was Kyle Frame. You can see him pulling out to the side. So that's actually going to give pole to that 4 car, Aaron Fowler, who just got handed a gift. I was getting everything situated. Actually, you know what? That's Daryl Rector. I'm sorry. Daryl actually will pick up the pole in that freaky fast. I don't know why I thought that was Aaron. Aaron usually in that type of car, and I forgot tonight he is not. So the freaky fast number 78 car will be your pole sitter tonight. The 21 of Todd Cray will be outside pole. In third place, we got the 19 of Dylan Vose. Alongside him will be the 65 of Austin Marion. Right behind them, James Finn and John Ronaldo. And Brandon Parfenbarger. I'm sorry, Eric Mitch and Brandon Parfenbarger. Jeff Smith, Jeff Wupker, Eric Borelli, Cody Kramer, Skylar Allen, Aaron Fowler, and Kyle Frame. Your 15 drivers making a start here. As we wait for the Ford Mustang pace car to get off 75 laps. Not a very long race. We'll see how it plays out. We'll know here in about 200 miles. A little over 200 miles, I think. Anyway, pace car pulls in. The green flag waves, and we're racing here at Daytona. As Todd Craig gets a nose out front here on the 78 car. No line really tucked up right now. We got to watch momentum. Will the leader play the momentum side? As he will duck down, possibly to the inside. No, he's going to leave the door open. Here comes that 78, trying to take away that top spot. He does have a nose out front. However, 65, Austin Marion pushing the back bumper of Todd Cray. Dylan Vose not quite caught up yet to the 78. We worked on this long backstretch here at Daytona. See from our blimp view, Todd Craig takes the lead. Going to work both of these lines. Pulls down in front of the 78 of Darrell. Going to be working both lines right now, being pushed by that 78 car. Now thinking about working the higher line. And he will not. Here comes that 19 also underneath the 65. Right now your inside lane has most momentum. 23 also there's John Ronaldo. As the bottom line is starting to really form up just a little bit. James Finn now looking to get underneath Austin on the back stretch. That momentum. Here comes the 19. Dylan Bose pulling out of line, jumping up to help the 65. And the 65 may be not taking that as the 19 may be on his way back towards the back. The 02 now falls in behind him. That is Brandon Poffenberger and the 05. As the 02 scrapes the wall a little bit. That 05, Jeff Schmidt, keep your eye on him. He was very, very fast in the K&N race last night. Would not be surprised to see him fast again. Right now, everybody getting single file. Just logging laps. That is the main goal right now. Not going to push too hard. As, by the way, Cody Kramer did not qualify, so he had to make a stop and go. Not quite a lap down yet in that 34 car, but it won't take long with no draft unless a caution comes out. So we'll be watching that. Guys, some of these cars do have paints. I don't know why Trading Paints sometimes does this, but having trouble seeing some of the Ford paints, it seems like. I don't really know if there's something going on there or what it is, but actually that's a Chevy out front as Todd Craig still leads. Can't see his paint as well. To the start-finish line, Todd Craig still leads, followed by that 78. Gotta watch past below that double yellow line. You cannot do that. Oh, the 78 Del Rector almost gets on the apron. Gonna be okay though. Fall back in line in front of the 23. John Ronaldo is a very interesting plate racer. I'm very interested in him. Honestly, as you see the 78 popping out of line, he's not gonna have any help. But yeah, John Ronaldo, I'm very intrigued by. He seems like he struggles, or I've seen him struggle on some of the intermediate tracks. As we got 3 wide here with Eric Minch, the 65 and the 78. But also, like I said, I've seen him struggle on the intermediate tracks, such as where we go next week, Kentucky. Iowa was an example. But I feel like he does really well on some of the short tracks. I don't know if it's just something going on. Maybe he's just not good with intermediate, but that is what I've been seeing lately anyway by him. So this top line, you can see the lap car, and the 4 of Aaron Fowler makes a daring move to the inside and will fall in line. That's going to leave that high line a little bit vulnerable now, as they should not be able to get a run here. One thing I will say is that we seen the, who was it last night? The 19 car of Dylan Bose, who's a little bit further back. You can see him right there on your screen. The Napa, the blue Napa car. You've seen him last night really utilize side draft. Do not be surprised if we see him do that tonight. So right now he's just riding back a little bit, waiting to see if the big one happens. Remember, these guys do not use fast repairs, so keep that in mind as this race goes on. Last week, Brandon Poffenberger had his best career finish. Finished in second place. Jeff Webker got his another top 5 last week, who finished in 3rd. Austin Marion finished in 4th, and James Finn only his second top 5 of the season. Right now running in 5th place. Now here's where things can get interesting. Lap cars always make things interesting. It looks like the lap car did move over and go to the high side, so they get around him. Nicely done by the 34 of Cody Kramer, who is 1 lap down. He's going to try to hook onto the back of this pack, and it looks like he's going to be able to. And right in front of Skylar Allen. Skylar right now running around in 3rd place. I'm sorry, 12th place. I know, Glock. I've got my the NASCAR app thing up as well, watching it. I'm not watching. I'm watching a live timing of it. I seen where Chase got wrecked, and I'm really bummed out about it. But that's racing, I guess. The 65 starting to make a run here. You can see how tight this racing can be at Daytona. It's just like real life. I'm not going to lie. You are inches apart from each other. You can see right here. Better yet, we'll get you even closer. There's your how close you get. Riding on board with the 65 of Austin Barron, starting in fourth, up to first now as he takes the lead on the high side and will lead this lap, make that his second lap lead of the night. Fast lap of a 45.675 that last time by. You see him, he will leave the 78 hanging after getting pushed. Now that's something you got to be aware of. You got to pick your friends. I don't think if I'm the 65, I would have left the 78 high and dry. Cause the 78 here getting a run, he's got the chance to pull down. Will he bring the 4? Will he bring the 57? Remember, Kyle Frame was your original pole sitter. Had to get to EOL because he did not have his mandatory 20 laps of practice in. There's that side draft being worked by the 78 of Daryl Rector, and right now he will cross the start-finish line in the second spot, right in front of Todd Cray, who's on that bottom side as well. Everybody right now kind of minding their own. This top pack a little bit close, would be the word I guess we could use. You've got to keep that in mind as this race continues. Things can change in an instant at Daytona. And when they do, and right there you see the 21 pushing the 65. We seen this last night. There was a weird, like, you want to hit the bumper square. I don't think we can actually see it here. We may be able to see it riding on the nose. You can see where he's about to hit him right now. Right there is not square. Right there is square. If you hit that left quarter panel, it will send that car around in a hurry, and you do not want to do it in a corner. We've seen it last night. It's very odd. Even though the bumpers are not completely straight, and because they do got that curve in them, that makes it a little bit more difficult to line these bumpers up. And here comes a bump right here on the 65. Bump drafting is absolutely huge. And see where he's hitting him. That is a perfect definition of what I'm talking about with bump draft. Side drafting, on the other hand, see it right here. Once it happens, we'll actually be able to see a little bit more. If the 19 was there, we'd really see it. But you will see them top cars. You see the 23 right there go up a little bit. Side draft the outside line of the 57. And all that's doing is taking air off. It don't really speed you up. It more slows the other car down. So that is how you utilize side draft. You've got to get close enough to the bumper. You see the 78 coming down the side draft to 21. That is the side draft. And all he's trying to do is keep that inside lane from going even faster and the top side losing momentum. So that's what he's trying his best to work on right now. Trying to do that. And for people wanting an update on the NASCAR Cup Series that's being ran right now as well, Brad Keselowski gets turned into the wall, and a caution flies. Ricky Stenhouse still your leader. Out in front, we're here, however, Todd Cray is going to try to take the lead on that high side. He pulls up in front of the 78 of Daryl Rector and takes the lead. Remember what I talked about, friends? 65 goes from first all the way back to at least fourth, possibly further. Now Kyle Frame could be in a little bit of trouble here as well, as he's stuck high and dry on the outside. No help right now coming to the back end of that 57 car. He's going to lose at least 5 positions, possibly 6. James Finn starting to take a peek underneath him, and Eric Mitch. 65 pulls out. Now he's going to have some help as the 78 jumps out of line, trying to pull this 65 and 57 back up. Daryl Rector's wanting that lead. As you see that 21 now, Todd Cray taking the lead, bringing that 4 of Aaron Fowler along with him, and the 23 of John Ronaldo. There goes the 60. Got to be careful not to get too below that yellow line, but he did not advance to position. In all honesty, the outside line is the preferred line. It is faster if you can have enough cars working. You have to have cars working. If not, it's going to be a one-line race, and everybody's going to be glued to the bottom, and it's pretty much follow the leader unless you get enough cars to work that outside line. That's the reality of it. We will see it happen. And it's just right now, you're still 15 laps into this race, a lot of racing left, as we're still not even close to halfway yet. You can see that 4, Aaron Fowler, he's doing a definition of blocking momentum from both lines. The outside line looks like they're going to have the momentum. They will not. And you can see right here, before moving up, trying to utilize the side draft as well to slow the outside momentum. He's going to do a good job. I'd be very surprised if we see that outside line get a big run here with no help really from behind. The 57 of Kyle Frame still is there, but they're not going to be able to do much with just 2 cars battling 3 to 4 right now on the bottom, and you can see right there. And 78 is going to get a little loose there. He's going to slide up the track some. That's definitely going to allow that bottom line to get the momentum now. But that does allow that 65 to catch in up to the back of the 78, and the 57 also catching up there. But here comes Eric Minch slowly starting to work his way up. Real fast, let's get a look at the weather. We did not get it. Here's your track information on this 2.5 mile track, 4 turns here at Daytona, the pinnacle of stock car racing. Track temp right at 65 degrees, so it's a very cool track temp. 66 degrees, one factor, there is wind out of the southeast. That could cause a tailwind. We'll see. That could cause problems later on. And that wind does change, by the way, so it is gusting. Basically watching about 2 packs right now. From first all the way back to about 8th, and then you got the 14 of Brelly just riding alone with the 96 of Skylar Allen, the 02 of Brandon Poffenberger, Jeff Lupker, Dylan Vose, and Jeff Schmidt, all within reach of that. They're just minding their business. They're not pushing. They're in single file line. If they wanted to, they could probably close up a little bit, but they are not in a big hurry right now to close this gap. Remember, pit stops, 60% fuel here, I believe. They should be happy to pit within the next 10 laps, I would guess. And I am saying I guess because I'm not 100% sure on that. Sim seats, Aaron Fowler riding on board off his roof cam. You can see that 78's got a little bit of damage there on that 78 car. May have made some side contact with someone. The outside run getting a run now. As you can see, more cars are tucked up on that outside compared to the inside. Yes, there is more cars on the bottom, but they are not tucked up nose to tail. Now it is 3 on 3, and this could close even more, and it should give the outside or inside a little bit more advantage, depending on what James Finn wants to do. At the line, Aaron Fowler going to lead this lap as well. Side draft being used once again by the 21 of Todd Cray, trying to slow that outside momentum. Almost a little bit of contact there. Side drafting really being a factor down the backstretch right now. Trying to slow any bit of momentum that you can on the other guy. The outside line should have the advantage here once the inside line should have the advantage, as they did not tuck up too good in the center of the corner in 3, and it will be Aaron Fowler once again leading here at Daytona. Take a little bit further look back in the field. Jeff Schmidt right now riding at the tail end of this field. Riding on board with the driver of the 05. Started up at 8th, currently fell back to 14, just right behind the 19. Something interesting about what I am seeing that I had not really spoke a lot about this week is the draft model. It is a little bit different on these cars. I did not think the back car would be able to suck up as what I thought it would, but we're seeing the 05 hold on strong there to the back end of the 19 car, so that's really good to see. Right in front of Skylar Allen, you got this guy, Eric Borelli, in the number 14 car. You can see him in that red, white, and blue. New Tech Solutions car on the back. The fast signs on the front. You can see the gap in front of him. Starting at 14th, currently 9th. Pulling the Toyota of Skylar in the Chick-fil-A car. As we go back up front. Just want to say, I want to give a shout out to Bubba Wallace, up to 3rd place right now. Good for him. And Chase Elliott, by the way, is not out of the race, currently in 11th. Awesome. Never know what could happen in them races, that's for sure. At the line, it was Todd Cray leading that lap on the outside. He jumps up in front of 78 Darryl Rector, and look at that. The 57 is going to go to the bottom. That is Kyle Frame. We spoke to him at the start of the race. He will go to the bottom here and put a pass. Oh, wow. I'm not sure what happened there, but the 78 lost a lot of momentum. And that's going to stack the field back up close to each other. '78 got his hands full right now. In trouble on the outside line. We do see James Finn to the outside. You see your top 5, the difference between all your top 5, very close. It's actually about 8 of them, pretty much under a blanket. Skylar Allen almost going below the yellow line to make a pass over the 34 car. Remember, he is a lap down. That is Cody Kramer, 1 lap down, but he is okay. Did not complete the pass, so underneath the yellow line anyway. People wondering, you can check out all the information about Go Fast by looking in the description for the Xfinity Series, also the Truck Series, and the K&N by clicking the link. And it will take you to their webpage, and you'll find more about it. It's really about debating when you want to go and how hard you really want to push right now. Like I said, it's still way too early in this race to push too hard. It's only 25 laps in. You are going to have to start thinking about here getting a position to pit. Keep in mind, if you're on that high side, like you see the 60 right now, he will not be able to pit when this inside row pits. He is stuck there. Same as the 21 and the 57. He may be able to get down, but I don't know. You got to really choose when you want to go and who you want to work with. As we are now 25 laps out of the 75 laps complete. Working lap 26 here at Daytona. There goes Skylar Allen. He's going to go around. And no caution. He's going to lock it down. Caution should fly. And it will not fly. We stay green. Very odd. Not sure why caution did not fly there. Skylar Allen went around. And I guess because no car was coming. See what happened here. Oh, that was weird. He just got loose off turn 2. Went around, didn't hit anything. He's going to be okay. But the only thing that hurts him is he's going to need a caution to get caught back up. Or if not, he's going to go a lap down. And that's a big thing because Cody Kramer right now 1 lap down as well. And that could be a battle for the free passes. You see him on the front stretch. The leader is in the middle of the back stretch. So it will not take long for them to catch him. You see the sparks flying off the cars. It's just a little bottoming out. Be okay. Riding on board with James Finn, who is up in first right now. Started back in ninth, being pushed by Todd Cray, and they may have a good run here. And you can see what the 60's doing. He is not diving straight to the bottom. He is bringing it outside with him. And I say that, and there he goes to the bottom. Going to leave Todd Cray and Kyle Frame on the outside, and they're both going to split him. We're going to be 3 wide at the stripe. Todd Cray's going to be able to lead the lap. And James Finn really nowhere to go. Really tight squeeze in there. Does a good job of staying out of trouble. He's going to fall in behind Kyle Frame now. And these guys are not very far from catching up Skylar Allen. And here goes Todd Cray. He may be caught in the middle as green flag pit stops are underway. You can see the 2 cars exiting. That is Jeff Schmidt and Dylan Vose exiting pit road. And I do not know if I like that call. There was only 2 guys that pitted with them. So it's just them 2 that pitted. Not a big fan of doing that. Think you might have to have more cars to pit with you. Pit stops here could be very, very, very soon. You know, if these guys can actually make it about, I don't know, 8 more laps, they will have enough for a 1-stop race. I just don't know if that's going to be possible, but something to think about. If you're on that high line, you need to start thinking about who you're going to be pitting with when you want to pit. If you want to pit with this bottom side, you need to get to the bottom. Will they come this time? No, they will not. These guys are slowly catching Skylar Allen. Hey, John, how you doing, man? It is. It's very similar to it. I'm actually glad you noticed. I'm glad somebody noticed that. It took a while to actually make them, or get them right, I guess you could say. So I'm glad somebody finally noticed it. Oh, here comes a bump in the corner by Kyle Frame on Todd Cray. Remember, Kyle Frame. Here comes pit stops. And it looks like it's only Aaron Fowler trying to slow down in that 4 car. Yeah, these overlays was this is the first time we've actually used them. I used them last night for a broadcast. This is the actual first time live that we've used them. So they're a little bit different. Everything is, you know, kind of in its own spot. There's still a couple things that's being worked on that I got to fix myself. But I'm actually glad somebody noticed that. So good job for you, man. Honestly, not many people will notice that. Somebody knows their graphics. Skylar not too far from going to lap down. Remember, he spun coming off turn 2, and the caution did not come out. Didn't get no damage, but he's going to need a caution, and he'll probably get one. I'm sure he'll get one. He's just got to choose and pick and go when he wants to here. He is about to go a lap down, however. You can see him right in front of the leaders. And it looks like James Finn still out in front. He does have no laps later right now. You see the 4 car going to go a lap down as well. Skylar also going to lap down. Here comes Skylar to pit road. No, I'm sorry. That was Jeff Lubker that came to pit road. Yeah, I seen where Kyle wrecked. That was a pretty hard hit. Next week they go to a real track, though. Ain't that right, Crystal? I think next week, where is it? Kentucky, I believe. Pretty sure it is. Yeah, it's Kentucky. Because I believe Go Fast also goes to Kentucky as well. They do, yeah. Go Kentucky and then New Hampshire. Oh, wow. Ryan Blaney winning. Oh, 78 with trouble. Trying to get to pit road. What happened here? Could not slow down fast enough. Decided to take it through the grass. We'll lose tons of time. So, Darrell Rector with a little bit of trouble there getting on the pit road, and it really hurt him. We'll see where it all shakes up here once everybody completes their lap. If these guys go 3 more laps, they're going to be, possibly 2 more laps, they'll be good to go to the end, I think. So this could turn into a field mileage race. And here they come. The big main group coming to pit road this time. Skylar Allen also involved in this. Let's see what happens. Everybody trying to slow down. There goes the 60 of James Finn. He's going to go around on pit road after getting contact. As the 23 of John Ronaldo slams into the back of him. That's going to leave Austin Marion out. Here comes the race off pit road now. And it will be Kyle Frame, Brandon Poffenberger off pit road. Todd Cray, I'm sorry. There goes the 34. So, here comes our leader, Austin, to pit road now. Had to come this time or he was going to be left out. Got to be real careful here as Todd Cray now works off into turn 2, exiting pits. Awesome, John, man. I'm glad that you came. It's awesome to see new people come. I got a bad habit, and I don't know if it's a habit, but a lot of broadcasters I know don't talk to a lot of people at chat. I got a bad habit of actually, I don't call it bad, I call it good, of communicating with everybody in the chat. I actually like it, so I'm glad somebody new's here. That's awesome. Most of our broadcast right now is fairly simple. Thursday, Friday, and Saturdays. We start back to Sunday broadcast here in about a month, or at the end of this month. And so yeah. It's awesome, though. I'm glad you're here. Alright, guys, with that, we'll take a quick commercial break as pit stops cycle through here at Daytona. It is Todd Cray and Kyle Frame, your leaders. And you see the 65 going to try to pick up, and now we're spaced out. This could be in for a weird finish, guys. Be right back. Interesting facts shaping up here at Daytona. I've been watching it. You got two groups, and the second group running down our leaders as there are 6 cars involved in that second group. Yes, there is some lapped. It is a matter of time they will be sucked up to the back end of Todd Cray and Kyle Frame. So things could be heating up, but I do appreciate your support, man, more than what everybody thinks. I care way about people's support on this channel than I do everything else when it comes to the broadcast. So I really do appreciate it. Usually we got other commentators, but lately I got a female commentator. She hasn't been here. She's been working on her real race car. She races in real life, and so she hasn't been here a lot lately, but hopefully soon. By the way, I do got some news on Delaney for people wondering. Everybody remembers Delaney Dunn. She broadcast. She actually crashed her car, or was caught up in a wreck. It was a pretty hard hit, but I think it done around $500 damage to her race car. So we'll see how all that plays out. But hopefully everything's good with her, and she'll be back in here soon. But yeah, we're watching this second group right now, and the thing interesting about this second group, they are faster than our main pack. But they're racing, and I'm not quite sure about that. I understand why Skyler's racing. He's racing for the lucky dog. And if a caution comes out right now, he would be your lucky dog. So he's okay, but he's racing the 34 of Cody Kramer, who you see right there in the 34, side by side for the lucky dog spot. That is a very, very big spot. And I think either way, the other person's going to stay out. They should be okay. But we'll see. So I want to get a mid-race report right now. Todd Cray, currently your leader. 41 laps complete, 34 laps remaining, 33 laps remaining once we hit the start-finish line. 10 lead changes, very impressive, and 0 cautions, which is extraordinary, by the way. I want to say that, so very cool to see that. I want to also give a little update on Todd Cray, who is currently our leader. He has 0 wins in the Xfinity Series. However, he does have 4 top 5s, 5 top 10s, so, but 0 wins. But he's only made 5 starts, so that's probably why. But also, I want to give another thing. I want to let everybody know. Yeah, she's okay. From what I've seen her video, she was okay, but I love the Ferrari, by the way. One of my favorite race cars, I guess you could say. See Todd Cray still out in the lead, 57, and here comes that second pack, and not far in front of them is Aaron Fowler, so he could go one lap down here in just a second. Things are about to get a little bit more interesting, guys, once again, as the second pack should drive right by these two guys. I'm not going to lie, they got such a big run just now. They're going to be on the inside. Can the 21 dive down and block the run that Eric Minch is getting? He will. Oh, Skyler right there, 3 wide right now, getting a little swirly, but Eric Mitch will lead that lap. No, I'm sorry, he did not lead that lap, but he will take the lead. A little info about Eric Mitch, by the way. 3 top 5s, 7 top 10s, 0 wins as well. I want to give everybody an announcement, by the way. This was not reported last week because I didn't think it was actually my place, but for people wondering, Benjamin Nelson has been removed from the league. I want to make sure everybody understands that. Very talented race car driver. I'm actually a big fan of him, but he was removed from the league. I can't go into details why or anything like that. It's not my place. But I do want to let everybody know that does cheer for him. So that is why you haven't seen him the last 2 races. So that opens up a door for a lot of new drivers to come in and try to get into the chase here. So if anybody out there is watching later and interested in joining the league, Go Fast could be the place for you with multiple leagues. Truck Series, K&N Series, Xfinity, all run on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. The CFR Championship starts back July 31st. We're running the Xfinity schedule with a very unique schedule, by the way. We start at a plate track and finish at a plate track, which is very unique. And we also run the Le Mans circuit in the Xfinity car, so that's going to be very fun. I think we got 4 road courses this season for the CFR Championship. And then got another league. Going to actually broadcast a race Monday night for that league. It's just one of their test sessions. We're going to broadcast that one for them. Called Dynasty Racing League. We'll be picking up their schedule next week on Tuesday in the Cup cars. So we'll see how that does. I've never broadcast them. Don't know a ton about them, but looking forward to that. As Eric Borelli right now up on that high side, battling Eric Minch on the low side, both in the red, white, and blue cars. Once again, happy Independence Day to everybody. Independence Day weekend, should I say, and happy Canadian Day. I think it's called Canadian Day, or is it Canada Day? Either way, happy day for you all too as well, celebrating what you all celebrate, which I believe is the independence as well. Yeah, Daytona is a very interesting track. You're right about that. Oh, big trouble. 14 to the wall. The big one happens. The 00 around. Caution comes out. 65. About 8 cars taken out. As you see, some of the damage left. Skylar Allen almost gets contact. I don't know if he did. He does got a little contact. Man. A big one happens as we get a replay. We'll go high above the blimp cam. This was a pretty big one that we had. A lot of cars caught up. We will see what happens. It happened up front. Wow, that was interesting wreck. Oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cars involved, I believe. Wow. Jeff Schmidt and Dylan Vose, they was almost going to go a lap down. I think Jeff Lupker actually made it through it. We'll hop on board here with the O2 if I can find him. As the big one happens at Daytona. And when I say big one, it took out most of the cars, guys. I'm not going to lie. Multiple cars taken out. Everybody on pit lane now. And here we go. Pit stops underway. We'll see what happens with this. Kyle Frame pulling into his pit box. Todd Cray may be the only one without damage. There goes the O2. He don't have damage. He's going to be good to go. He will win the race off pit road. The 21. The 60 of James Finn. Jeff Lupker. And the 09 will come out next. As you can see, multiple cars sitting here. Dylan Vose should be pulling off here soon. As well as the 05. They're going to pull off now. They do not have damage in that Napa car. Jeff Schmidt, the 23 of John Ronaldo pulls off. You see a couple cars also sitting there on pit road getting some damage fixed. So we'll see how all this plays out. We'll take a break and be right back after the big one at Daytona. We'll have 24 laps to go, I believe, when we go back green.
When I sat in the car, you always wonder, what's it going to feel like? It was my first time driving a mid-engine GT car. My thoughts were, wow, this is really good for our first time in a car. I was really surprised by it. You're sitting low. You got the A-pillars at steep angles, the windshields at steep angles. You can see the fender flares. I think we have a chance to win. Everything's got to go right, but I think we have a car that can win the race or be on the podium. But can you imagine how cool that would be to go back 50 years later to the year and do it?
Back here at Daytona for the Daytona 75 Go Fast Racing League Lazy Days Xfinity Series. This race is sponsored by Lazy Days Racing. And anybody out there looking for a team, if you don't want to join Center Forest Racing, go join Lazy Days. Good group of guys and great group of people to work with. I'm not very friendly with too many race teams on iRacing when it comes to my own team versus theirs. But like I said in all my other broadcasts as well, anytime I talk about them, I am a very big fan of Lazy Days, and I respect all their drivers, so it's very cool, and the things they do is very cool as well. And yeah, about the 4-car, I like the 4-car a lot. I got it as well. The braking on it is a little with me. You know, I have trouble with the braking in it. The Ferrari, I absolutely love the braking. When we ran the Ferrari at Le Mans, we finished 6th overall, I think, in the Le Mans, which wasn't bad. We let somebody in the car that just got the car, kinda, and he crashed a little bit and got some damage, but we finished 6th overall, which I'm very happy with. You see the O2 coming down pit road, so that's going to turn the lead over to Todd Cray. With that wreck, it looked like, I believe it was, I don't know who it was that got the lucky dog on that one. We'll find out, but either way, things are shaking up now after that big wreck. We only got, I think, 8 or 9 cars, give or take, on the lead lap. So not very many here at all. And I need to see this, because if that thing messed up again, I'm going to be mad. I'm watching my ticker. I've been trying to fix something on my ticker, and I don't know if it fixed it or not. So I'll look here once it goes back by. Dang it, it still didn't fix. I thought I moved that over enough. Alright, well, I'll fix it later. Alright, so pace lights are off on the pace car. It is. James Finn, by the way, got a lot of damage on that back end. We'll see. I'm liking Todd Cray, but I'm kind of liking Dylan Vose as well in that 19 car and the 05 of Jeff Schmidt. They've been working together all night. Would not be surprised at all to see them two guys stay together and work the rest of this race. Jeff Lubker is another one I'm a little impressed by. And Todd Cray always up front. So we'll see what happens as pace car pulls down pit lane. Green flag waves back here again at Daytona as we work after our first caution. And now side by side with the 21 is James Finn, number 60 car. Toyota versus a Chevy, and it looks like the Chevrolet will have the advantage as we work down into turn 1. Here comes that 60 now with the run on the side of Todd Cray, who has led 27 laps so far. Started in second and is currently second. Oh, you're fine, man. Not a problem. Some people new to iRacing, you know. Find out if you like it and stuff like that. I ain't going to sit there and lie. It's not the cheapest thing in the world to get into, but actually, and once you start buying everything that you need or want, it really becomes, you know, a lot easier, and, you know, it's price-wise, it's not very expensive. I forgot how much I spent on iRacing to get everything I want. Like, I own every oval track. I don't own all the road tracks. There's some that I don't own, but and I own all the oval cars, like all the trucks, all the Xfinity, all the Cup cars. That's just because of broadcast reasons, though. But you don't have to buy all of them. It's honestly a lot cheaper than what a lot of people think. The membership, well worth it. Like I said, it's really good. Simulation, game, whatever you want to call it. I still call it a game, even though it's a sim. You know, people get mad about it. But in all fairness, it's a great game. So, it just depends what you like. So, something interesting happened here. Dylan Vose has fell back. Without damage, I'm surprised. He is pushing Skylar Allen right now, which is very odd. him and the 05 both fell back. They don't have damage, so it's a little weird. Maybe they think another wreck could happen here with 21 to go. I just don't know if we're going to see it. It's a possibility, though. They could be points racing. Oh, yeah, they was waiting on a wreck. There goes the 21. He's around. Caution flies, and that will take out a few more drivers as James Finn, Todd Cray, out of this race. And it looked like the 21 possibly came up. Yep, collected a bumper into the wall. Net code for a couple cars. Wow. Well, y'all want to see a crazy ride, you're about to, because watch this. Holy cow. It's right on board with Jeff Wupker. On board with the driver of the 09 car. 21 goes out to block the momentum. Bumper's hooked, and around he goes. Wow. One more time from the back of the camera from the 09. Holy crow, man, that was, whew. Well, that was insane. So, well, things just got a little bit more interesting. I really don't know what to say. That was a hard wreck. It's looking a little bit smart now for the like a turtle in its shell. I like that. Yeah, the most expensive thing when you get in iRacing is getting a computer that could run it and a wheel. I'm going to be honest. My wheel at Skylar Allen, by the way, lucky dog. Wow, good run so far for Skylar after getting involved in a wreck early. Or a little while ago, should I say. But yeah, the wheel, my wheel, one of the cheapest wheels you could buy, I paid $60. And it has never failed me once. I am upgrading here soon. But it's just called a Logitech Momo, very old wheel. It's been around for a year, but it is one of the most dependable wheels you can ever own. They've been around forever for a reason. So, yeah, it's got force feedback and all that. Works perfect. And all I needed to do anyway. I'm no professional driver by any means. I've got like, I don't know, 40-something wins, I think, on iRacing. But I've had a lot of starts. So, you know, things change, but yeah, the most expensive thing is a computer. The computer I got right now is an Alienware. You can buy this computer that I got right now. It's pretty cheap, I think, for like $400. And honestly, there's another one out called Cyber Power Pro or Cyber PC, and it's like $369, and it runs iRacing better than what mine runs it. And which I'm upgrading my computer at the end of the year to like a $1,200 one, just because I want to run more games, like bigger games, on higher graphics and stuff. But yeah, the Cyber Power PC is like $369, and it runs iRacing flawlessly. I mean, it is perfect. Very cheap for what you get. So pit road's going to be open. I would guess we're going to have a couple cars stop, and we are. Kyle Frame, Eric mentioned Skylar Allen coming down pit road. For anybody interested in the Daytona race, I'm kind of keeping everybody updated. About 6 laps left in the race. I'm sorry. Ty Dillon, currently your leader. How about this? David Reagan, currently second. I would love to see that 38 car. And it looks like a red flag came out. I'm not sure, but apparently a big wreck happened for it, I'm guessing. If anybody's watching the race, post what happened. That way I can see or know what happened. Not seeing Casey Kane up there anymore. He's back in 15th. But I can tell you they've had 13 cautions tonight on the real race, which is a record, by the way, so that's pretty interesting. Got about 17 laps once we hit the line to go. We'll get another race summary. Let's go ahead and get a trivia question out of the way. Let's see. I had it up earlier. I need to actually get my thing so I can fix it. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Let's ask a hard one. Who was the first ever Busch Grand National Series champion? That was in 1984, by the way, if you do not know. First ever Busch Grand National Series champion. Anybody know? I will get the answer out before we go back green. $1984. As I want to give you all a heads up, 7 cars right now on the lead lap. Jeff Lepker, John Ronaldo, Dylan Bowes up in 19, Jeff Schmidt, Brandon Puffenbargner, Skylar Allen up in 6th, Eric Minch in 7th, Kyle Frame, Todd Cray. Looks like Todd is out of tonight's race. Kyle Frame is 1 lap down. Oop, sorry, I wasn't supposed to see the dashboard. There you go, good idea. I like when people don't use search engines. That way you actually learn something by hearing it instead of looking it up. I didn't know the answer. I'll be honest, I had no idea. That's why I didn't even put my name down in it either. Correct answer is Sam Ard, 1984 season champion. He did only make 1 Winston Cup start in 1984 at Martinsville. I think he actually passed away now. Yeah, he did pass away back in April 2nd. So just a few months back in 2017, he was 78 years old. So I remember that, by the way. Green flag out as Jeff Lepker, John Ronaldo on that front row. Here comes the 1905. Look for them two to hook up and work together once again. And there goes the 05 in front of the 19. Let's see what happens here. We got a battle for the lead. John Ronaldo not going to have any help unless the 00 of Eric Minch can get there to him. No, he will not be able to get there. His car is really damaged. So that's going to open the door for the 05 and the 19 and that 09 to get out front and lead a couple laps here at Daytona. We're going to have a new winner here tonight, guys, I believe. I don't think any of the guys out there currently running out in the top 10. He did die. Good job. Good call on that. Well, not good job that he died, but you get what I'm saying. Jeff Lepker, no wins. The 05, no wins. The 19 of Dylan Bowes, pretty sure he don't have a win. He does not. No, so we will have a new winner here tonight, which is very interesting. Wow. We'll have to wait and see what happens. You just never know. As the race is starting to heat up on that high side, here comes the 05 being pushed by his friend who's worked with him all night, the 19 of Dylan Bowes. Here comes the 02 working behind the 09 now, pushing him. And it looks like it is. Jeff Schmidt takes the lead. Here comes Jeff Lepker now, working on the back bumper of Bowes. As the 23 of John Ronaldo gets the left high and dry, he's going to lose a few spots, probably go all the way, possibly back to 5th. How about Skylar Allen now up to 7th right now, but he is running here with the lead pack, so you just never know what can happen. As much damage as I thought he had, I thought it would hurt him. He's looking to the outside. He's not going to be able to get there just yet. He's probably going to have to fall back in here on the turn behind the 00 car, and he will. Still 14 laps to go. Anything could happen. And that was a big wreck that happened in NASCAR just a few minutes ago. Kyle Larson goes airborne, apparently. All night long, the 05 and 19 laid back. And I really, honestly, truly believe that the 19 may have learned something a little bit from last night and the 05 both, as they seen Tyler Cox and Joe Burchett and Curtis Martin kind of do the same at the start of the race. Lay back, let the wrecks happen, let it sort itself out, then you go for it here at the end, and that's exactly what they've done. They got both them cars out front here late in this race as we come to 12 laps to go. At Daytona, one driver is going to walk out here very happy. The other 15, not so much. Skylar Allen now, we're still working behind Eric Minch. Going to need some help to get back up there as that car has a little bit of damage. I don't think he's very good when he's pushing somebody, so probably going to need a caution to get a little bit more spots. And I'm not saying the cautions ain't done, because right now they're close. Brandon Poffenberger takes the lead on the backstretch and will try to take this lead away from the 05 car permanently. Don't look like he's going to be able to just yet. He's going to get a run on the high side though. Will not take the lead. Brandon started 8th. That's a long name. Currently up in 2nd. And almost takes the lead right there, but it looks like the inside road not having any help as Jeff Wepker moves to that high line. May see that this is his only chance to take some spots away and possibly a win away. Don't count that 09 out as well. At the line, it's a close one right here to the line. It looks like the 05 may have him. Jeff Smith will lead that lap by just a hair. Over about a half a tenth over the 02. John Renato, you see how he's moving back and forth. He could be trying to keep his car cool. That's a little dangerous though. If you collect that bumper of the 02, it could send him around. And if you rub it the wrong way, so you got to be real careful on doing that. Jeff Smith still holding on to that lead as we work through turn 4. Started in 8th place, currently up to 1st place now. Fast lap of a 45.399. I don't think this high line will work unless the 09 gets to the back bumper of the 23. He's going to have to really suck up close to him to make that high line work. I don't see how he's going to keep making it work if he don't. And it looks like he's actually going to suck up a little bit here. And that may allow them to get the run. We'll see. I know it looks like right there it goes too high. The 02 is going to be left out to dry. John Renato falls into 3rd. Now he's looking to the outside. And it looks like they actually just did a swap. And here comes the 09. He's going to jump out and go up to the high side as well. And I'm wondering if that 23, that nose damage, you see a little bit of nose damage may be causing him to overheat. That's maybe a reason why they had to do a driver swap. Or where they was running. But will that hurt Brandon as he falls all the way back to the 5th position, sorry. Seven laps to go. Jeff Smith once again leads that lap. And it looks like the 02 don't want to wait anymore. He's going to go underneath the 09, and alongside of the 23, we do got a lap car. I believe that is, I'm not sure who that is. Trying to find out. It's not Kyle Freem. I don't know who that is. May actually be Kyle Freem. It is. So we do got a lap car coming up here soon that could play a factor. Real fast look at our race summary. 2 cautions so far for 6 laps. 17 lead changes here so far. And we still got coming to 5 to go. You know, I had a lead that I used to broadcast. It was and I never did get to do interviews because, very strangely enough, they didn't want to do interviews because they're all Russian, and very few of them spoke English, so they weren't real comfortable doing interviews. But interesting theory about that is half her names was humongous, and I couldn't pronounce none of them, so it's kind of funny watching me broadcast. And the lead took place early Sunday. But I don't do them no more, but it was very interesting doing that. Coming to 4 laps to go, the race for the lead is not over, as John Ronaldo right now is still out front, being pushed by Brandon Puffin. I know I'm pronouncing his name wrong. Puffenbargner. I think I'm saying it right there. I don't know. Who is up in 4th now. We'll see what happens as these laps slowly start to tick down. Right now, these are the longest 4 laps of the 05's Go Fast career because he wants it to be over with and want to finish on top of the board. Running the Sonic the Hedgehog paint. That's pretty cool. Well, he's been fast tonight, that's for sure. Even though he's laid back a lot of the race, he's being fast right now. He may have Sonic speed. And it looks like we're slowly starting to see that inside line starting to take its toll and pull away a little bit as the 09 drops down and does not have, the outside line don't have any help. I'm wondering what the 19's plan is, though. If they clear this 23, will he jump to the outside? It's going to be interesting. Dylan Vose finished 3rd last night. Jeff Smith was really fast last night as well in the K&N series. 2 to go at the line. Skylar Allen currently back in the 6th place. Unfortunately for him, he is a long ways back in front, about 20 seconds, so he's going to need a caution. No, actually now it does not matter. If a caution comes out, the race is over. So Skylar going to finish good tonight, though, however. So a good run for Skylar Allen. I know he's had a rough week so far, so hopefully this right here will make it a little bit better for him. Here we come. We're going to see the white flag in the air this time here at Daytona. We got 5 cars going to try to battle it out back to the checkered flag. Is the wreck's over? What will the 19 do? Can the 23 get there? Heck, we don't know. The 02 may pull up a win here. You just never know what could happen. White flag in the air. One more time on this 2.5 mile track, and they can say that they won Daytona. That is a big win in the books for them. Here comes the 09 battling alongside John Ronaldo. This is going to be tough. I don't know if the 23's got the momentum. He will not have to run. Now the 19 may pull up to the high side here. If he's got to make his move, he's going to have to do it now. Will he stay on the 05 or will he push the 05 to the finish? He's thinking about it. And it looks like he may stay behind Jeff as we work out through turn number 3. Here comes the outside run. coming to the checkered flag. It will be Jeff Smith, winner of Daytona, as the fireworks explode in the background. Great run for that 05. You can see the fireworks on the backstretch exploding in the sky. Your winner here tonight, Jeff Smith. Very happy here at Daytona. And I don't blame him. Having a lot of help. Dylan Bowes pushing that 05 across the start-finish line. And Jeff Smith will be first-time winner this season. In that Sonic the Hedgehog car. Anything's possible at Daytona. And Jeff Smith will see his way into victory lane. We will get an interview with the driver of the 05, the driver of the 23, and the driver of the 19, who finishes in third. How about that? 15 laps led, started towards the back, fell all the way back to the back, and will drive into victory lane alongside his buddy, the 19, Dylan Vose. Hey, Jeff, you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you, Adam.
Man, picked up a big win, first-time winner here tonight at Daytona. We watched you and the 19 both fall back early in this race, and just to avoid what was going to happen, let's be honest, and work your way back up. Talk us through your night.
Oh man, it was a wild ride. We definitely wanted to start out back, and that all worked out for us. But at a point there, someone came onto the track from pit road and took out Aaron behind me, and from slowing down from that, I lost the draft. So we both lost the draft, me and Dylan. Well, first of all, I want to thank Dylan for an awesome job pushing. What an awesome teammate out here. I couldn't ask for a better teammate out here. So thanks to him, awesome job. And, it was just a wild race, man.
There was a lot of interesting stuff that happened. The wreck coming, it was in turn 3 and 4. You all actually had to drop through that wreck. Was there any doubt during this race that you was questioning a little bit if you all would be able to get back up there and hopefully get the win?
Oh yeah, no. If we would have won green after we lost that draft, because we pit early, we wouldn't have made it back up there. So that caution helped us out to get back up there and to be able to pit for the fuel that we needed. But yeah, we were worried about our strategy of pitting early, and it worked out.
This is a big win for you. First win for your career, I guess, for the Go Fast guys. So anybody you want to give a shout out to, man? Great run for you. I know it's on your second race and already the first win.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to my mom, my dad, for sure, my brother, you at CFR and everything you do, Adam. The broadcasts are always awesome. Everyone at Go Fast Racing, it's a great league. I couldn't ask for a better league to be in. All these guys are a lot of fun to run with, and yeah, it's a blast. Man,
that was fun watching you guys tonight. Congratulations, first one of the season. Good job, buddy.
Thanks, Adam.
Next up, we bring in second place runner-up, John Ronaldo, who finishes MP number 2. Hey, John, you got a copy?
Yeah, Adam, what's up?
What's up, man? You finished second place. You had your hands full as well. You had a little bit of damage on your nose tonight. Do you think that ultimately cost you the win? You was really close. What could you have done a little bit different to pick up the victory?
It's hard to say, really. I don't think it affected the car that much. I got it fixed under that last caution, but yeah, I just want to apologize to James Finn for getting in the back of him there going into pit road, and feel bad about that one. But yeah, it's hard to say. I mean, I was pinching them down. I was trying everything I could, and they were good.
You got to be happy coming in with the second place finish, no matter if it's Daytona. It don't matter what track. And I was talking a little bit about you earlier. to me, it seems like you struggle a little bit on the intermediate tracks. Next week we head to Kentucky. How do you feel about going to Kentucky, seeing how it is an intermediate track? Are you happy with Kentucky? Do you think you can have a good run there?
I've never been to Kentucky, so the first I'll race it is probably Monday. I'll pick up that track. But yeah, a lot of the intermediate tracks, it's a first time, or it's a first time in this Xfinity car. Just a lot of firsts. That's why there's not a lot of high expectations this season. Just trying to learn my way.
Well, you lived up to some expectations tonight, finishing in second, man. Great run, honestly, from you to finish in second place. So good job. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to. This one, I tried to get a podium finish this weekend for my buddy Cooper, who passed away 3 years ago today. So it was good to get up here for this and have a chance at the end. And also, I'm having trouble with my trading paints, but sim seats, fast signs. Shout out to everybody at LDR and you for broadcasting. Thanks.
Great job, man. Good runner-up finish, and we'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Adam.
Good job, buddy. Next up, Dylan Bose, who finishes in P3, walks out of here, and you know what? He is not... There he is. I thought he wasn't in TeamSpeak.
Matter.
Hey, Dylan, you got a copy?
And 4.
Third place again for 2 nights in a row, but this was a little bit different circumstance. You actually pushed the 05 to the win tonight. Talk us through your decision on doing that.
Well, I can tell you one thing. We had it planned out since we worked together in that last race in the K&N car. He said, hey, do you want to work together? And I was like, sure, why not? So that's kind of how that all came to fruition and how luckily it worked out, which for a while there didn't look like it would.
Now, last night we didn't see you all drop to the back. Let's be honest. We seen you all stay kind of up towards the front. We seen you side drafting a lot. Tonight, different story. Watched you all drop back. What was your mindset on doing that?
Well, I mean, my first thought was, my thought with any play racing is to just stay at the tail end of that lead patch and to just kind of stay and just see the wreck happen in front of you and have a chance to avoid it type deal. And with there being so little cars in the K&N race, or it may have been the same, but I don't know. I think I was, in terms of the K&N race versus this race, I had a partner with the Xfinity race, this race, and I didn't have a partner in the K&N race.
Right.
So that's kind of why I was a little bit more aggressive in the K&N.
Right, I agree. I was sitting here trying to find you on the points, and I was trying to get the stats up, but I don't have it at the moment. Next week, we go to Kentucky. How do you feel about going there?
I don't know. This is honestly the first time I've been seeing most of these tracks since I'm rather new to iRacing, so I don't know. I probably won't race the Xfinity there because I got another lead in a different game, so. But I'll definitely be racing the truck there, and definitely at Eldora too.
Well,
that's what I'm looking forward to.
You pick up top 5, number 1 on the season. So good job by you. Is there anybody you want to give a shout out to? And by the way, Eldora next week, guys. Next Thursday. Do not miss that. Trust me, you'll love it. Anybody want to give a shout out to?
Yeah, I want to give a shout out for Jeff for sticking with me, and for me sticking with him the entire race. I mean, without him, none of this would have happened. I mean, it's awesome, and I also want to thank friends and family and all that good stuff, to where that without them I couldn't be doing this stuff. And thank you guys for the broadcast. So, thanks.
Good job, man. Seriously, good job, good run by you. As always, it's good to talk to you. Hopefully, to talk to you in Victory Lane next week at Eldora. I know a lot of people are looking forward to that race. So, good run, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Adam. Thanks.
Oh, sorry, I just completely cut him off. Next up, we bring in Skylar Allen, who Skylar finished a unique place tonight. Finished in 6th place. Got caught up in a wreck. You spun weirdly, and a caution didn't come out. No idea why a caution did not fly. You spun off turn 2. Are you happy with 6th place tonight?
Yeah, overall, I mean, 6th place isn't bad, given how bad it could have been. I had that self-spin that you alluded to. First part of the run, the car's bottoming out on the right side, and I started combating really, and I don't know, maybe I was overdriving or what, but I was just really combating a loose condition off the corner. Out-wrecked it probably 3 or 4 laps before that. It was crazy. So when it went around, it just went, and the way it works, I mean, Daytona is such a big track. iRacing gives you plenty of time to get the car righted and going in the right direction before they, display the yellow for the field.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I could have been that a-hole that stayed parked in the racing groove until the yellow was displayed, but that's not me. That's not the way we like to do things around here. So got the car righted, headed in the right direction. And it was fun because once I got back with the pack one lap down, I was able to hook up with the 00, and Cody Kramer could hook up with the 14. So we were pushing, Cody pushed the 14 to the lead, I pushed the 00 to the lead. So we had 4 LDR guys, 2 on the lead lap, 2 not on the lead lap, and we were all hooked up pushing, teammates to the lead. So that was a lot of fun.
I agree. 17 lead changes now, only 2 cautions for 8 laps. Every time you guys come to a restrictor plate race, and I feel like it's only 2 cautions all the time. Definitely an improvement from last week's 9 caution race. Of course, we all know the story behind why there was 9 cautions last week, because the track was absolutely garbage. But Kentucky next week, what do we think about that?
I don't know. I think I'm in a kind of a poll of the drivers. I'm seeing inexperience at the track, which I don't think it's going to bode well. But, you never know. I gotta say, the guys that come out here and race these races with us, man, if you can go 2 cautions at Daytona when you're nose to tail for 75 laps, that's pretty damn impressive. And and I know there was some issues up front with the 00 spinning the 14. I don't know what the other one was, but for the most part, everybody owned their mistakes tonight, and we race on, and it's a great atmosphere to be a part of. It really is. I never envisioned it would quite be what we've made it into for the first year. So it's been quite impressive, and couldn't do it without all the help of all the admins, myself, Nate, Eric mentioned John Ronaldo. It was looking like it was going to be a good LDR night, though. There for a while, we had a lot of our drivers up front, so
I agree.
Pretty impressive.
Good job, man. Talk to you next Thursday as we get a little bit dirty. That's going to be a fun race, by the way. I'm looking forward to that. So
it's going to be a lot of fun.
It's going to be different, so should be good. All right, man. We'll talk to you next week. Good job. 6th place.
Thanks, Adam. Have a good night.
You too, buddy. All right, guys, that's going to do it for us here tonight for the Go Fast Racing League. I'm Adam Chapman. Thanks for everybody watching. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Congratulations, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. on winning Daytona tonight. We'll see y'all next week. Remember, we will be live on Monday, by the way. Monday, we will be live again, broadcasting a host race for this for Dynasty Racing League. Should be fun as well. Take care, guys. God bless, and have a good night.
And the other 3 will get a little bit of a jump at the start. Benjamin Nelson will not jump